Hello, good day, everybody. How are you? Welcome to another episode of According to MzShellz. It's a lovely day, and I am here just to encourage you to continue to be uniquely you. Take care of you because there's only one you. Try to remember that you in this world, you are a blessing to someone else, as well as um someone blesses you, but you don't want to be able to pour, you don't want to be pouring from an empty cup, right? So make sure you take some time to take care of you, and this is a perfect way for me to segue into my thoughts for today. This is According to MzShellz. Come on in and enjoy the show. We're still in Women's Month, and so I thought for today's episode, I would share with you some self-care tips, some tips for self-love, and so on that you could use, not only women, but everybody in their journey in life. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the show. Okay. All right. So, I was planning this episode and I noticed a friend of mine posted about going to the river yesterday. I said, okay, yes, Lord, I'm in the right spirit. I know I was feeling good. And then I saw another sister. She entered some affirmations for herself and I posted a picture of herself. I said, yep, that's right in the line of what I was thinking. So I felt really encouraged. I feel really good about today's episode. Today's episode is some self-care tips, some self-care ideas that you can use in your everyday life. Okay, women, are we ready? All right. So the first one on my list is meditation. Okay. You could use whether books that you're reading, whether it's a Bible or some affirmations or just thinking on your whatever positive messages that you have heard and meditating on it, and dwelling on it to enhance your inner self, build you up. All right, so I have meditation. The next one I have is reading a book. When last have you just sat down and read a book, and it's not necessarily for school or some form of information? You're just reading a book for just casual time and relaxation. There was a day the other day I was outside at work and I thought, whoa, this weather makes me feel like I just go under a tree and read a book. It's always one of my what you call it, no, like my me time notion, especially when I was much younger. I was around a lot of trees and stuff, so I'd always spread a blanket and just find a shady section and just read, right? Those novels and stuff. But that's one idea I can share with you, reading a book. All right, number 3, travel. Traveling itself can be self-care. Just going to different places, just learning about you, trying new things, and learning about you. I have this new thing in mind that I want to do. I wanted to be able to use an RV and drive around and see different places. I don't know if I'm able to do it this summer, but that's one idea I was having. So I had traveling on this list. I mean, some people just going somewhere new is relaxing for them. Just taking drive outs. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. You could use your traveling. Just clear your mind. Just take a drive out to and come back home or whatever. Take a walk. Because that's still traveling. Use it as a means to provide you some form of self-care and a means to take a pause. Okay. All right. So as I'm telling you, sometimes you get the confirmations, even though outside of being in church, you get confirmation from your friends and so. So I had another friend who did something yesterday that's on my list, or well, whenever she did it. Okay. Hiking. So she took a hike yesterday. Well, I saw the post yesterday, so I keep saying yesterday. It could have been another time. Okay, so she took a hike recently through the forest, up hills, into the forest, planted trees, she said, based on her post and stuff. And I thought, you know what? I could have do something that I like that, stuff like that. And I'm adding it to the list. So this self-care not only for me, it's for you too. Taking a hike. It doesn't have to be elaborate like, my previous guest talking about climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. It doesn't have to even be as elaborate as that. However, a normal hike, it doesn't have to have much elevation, but some amount of distance where you're exploring. Taking some time to smell the roses. Taking some time to just even calm down and just look at nature around you. I remember there was a period of time I was so busy that the season changed, the leaves started growing back, and I didn't notice. I always like to see when spot the first set of leaves. And I was so busy doing something that particular season when spring was coming in. I'm like, oh, how did I miss that? I actually missed the fact that the leaves had started to grow. So sometimes we just really need to take time to slow down and smell the coffee, smell the roses, see what's happening in nature. There's so much you can learn about life just by looking at nature. Just slowing down a little bit. Sometimes we move too fast. Okay. I have on the next one on the list is sitting by a river or a body of water. If you don't have necessary I'm going to tell you why I laugh soon. Okay, if you don't have a river, you can maybe have access to a lake, access to the ocean. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, fill your tub with some water and sit by it. That was the corny joke in the back of my mind. But if that's inspiring to you, you could maybe fill that tub and just go in it and just relax, light some candles, put some scented stuff in the water, and relax. That's another tip. That's another one that I have on my list. So I've done 2 in 1. So again, confirmation. Someone else also went to the river recently, and they were saying just doing that was able to give them back their zen, bring back some emotional and physical balance to their life. And for me, I always, every now and again, I haven't done that in a while because I'm nowhere near a body of water. So I try to do different things for my self-care. But I would normally just go down to the ocean, especially when I was in Montego Bay, just go down to the ocean and sit and watch the sunset. Or sometimes I just go to the beach, spread my blanket again, lay down, read a book, lay at the beach for the whole day. I don't even go in the water. And that for me always relaxes me and encourages me and so on. So that's just some ideas. If you have access to a river, if you have access to a lake, the pool perhaps, it does something about bodies of water that does something to equalize and balance you out. But for something, the river though, the river have a different kind of a feel. You know what I'm saying? So back to baths. That's the next number that I have on my list. The baths that I said earlier. Fill your tub, put your special Dr. Teals and your different bubble baths, different oils and stuff in the water, the different bath bombs in the water, light your candles, have little music and just relax in the water. Just soak and just meditate too and relax and enjoy yourself. Close the bathroom door and just relax. All right. The last one I have on my list is words of affirmation. I like for me when I'm doing my affirmation is to look back at myself in the mirror. So I'd stand in the mirror and speak the word, whether it's a word of God, whether it's positive words of strength and guidance, and I will speak it. It's like there's always something that when I'm looking at myself and speaking it, seeing me doing it feels as if it bounces back off the mirror back to me. That's how I feel. Just even speaking it out positively, just speaking out the words aloud for you to hear it, or have affirmation words put up on your wall or on your mirrors, put them up everywhere, whether it's scripture again, whether it's positive affirmations, just to keep your mind, your mental health, your mind at ease, and to keep you filled up and encouraged, So as I said earlier, don't go too long without having these moments where you pouring back into you, getting some self-care, self-love. Of course, this list is not the end all or be all. You could maybe add in the comments some of the things that you do for your self-care. So please don't be shy to add to the list. You could also add massages to that list. You can always add going to the gym, taking a run, taking walks, all of those, knitting, crocheting, sewing, whatever. This is not the end of the list. This is not the only list. Your list may look different from the ones I'm sharing. So, but please share them in the comments. Some ideas that you use for your self-care. For some people, maybe just cooking a meal. That's relaxing. Doing laundry. Hey, it's not hard and fast. It's not cast in stone and this is the only thing. So don't be scared and say, boy, my self-care list doesn't look like yours, MzShellz. So don't feel intimidated. Put yours in the comment. Let's have a discussion about it. All right? Make sure you also like and share all my videos. Go back and check some of the ones that I have during the month of March and even previous videos in before March. I have some lovely guests coming up and I want you to continue to stay plugged in. So you have to click that notification bell so that you can know whenever I'm up and fresh and alive on YouTube or even Instagram. Okay, so remember, take care of you. It's only one you. All right, remember, MzShellz love you and I'm rooting for you. Whatever it is that you're achieving or seeking to accomplish for the rest of the year, I wish you all the best with that. And God bless you and yours. Okay, remember, take care of you. It's only one you. Ciao. God bless you. Thank you so much for making it another episode of According to MzShellz.